Hello, welcome to Game Over Gerkinman, a show where games happen and people talk over them. Well, yeah, that's really all it is.
As long as you remember what to say.
As long as you remember what to say. We're starting a new game today. This will be a 15-part series on the masterpiece that was 14 years in the making. It was the 13 years.
How many logos? Five logos.
Like 5 logos. We're playing Duke Nukem Forever. Well, I played Duke Nukem Forever, and we're all going to talk about it. But first, I'll let everyone introduce themselves, everyone being 2 guests that we have with us this week. Go on ahead, guys.
Hello, I'm 13, otherwise known as Mark, and I am an avid Duke Nukem fan.
That says a lot about you, Mark. Hi, it's Namir, or Jess. If you don't know me already, which you should by now, shame on you. I make videos about video games.
That's true. Now I
don't know anything about Duke Nukem!
That's right, we've got 2 polar opposite peoples here, so before I get into the usual show format, Jess, as someone who's never played a Duke Nukem game in your life, can you please explain who Duke Nukem is and why he's important to gaming culture?
He's a macho man guy, dude bro. He's a dude bro. I know he had like a game or 2, maybe, like years and years and years ago when I was a kid. And I know that he, like, these games tend to be, I guess, kind of like misogynistic in viewpoint, because they're made for other dude bros who like to make jokes about women being in the kitchen, that sort of thing. And I know he uses weapons that hurt things and kill things.
It's a pretty good description.
That's all fairly somewhat accurate. Yes, I applaud you. I'm not actually going to applaud you, but good job.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, this was made by the 2K games? Oh.
Well, no. Before we get into the story... Well, should we start with the story of this game? No, first of all, I've obviously completed this game because you're watching me complete it now. And yes. Mark, the silly sausage that he is, paid full price for this game at release. Tell us that story, Mark.
I played it all the way. Well, I was a big fan of Duke Nukem 3D back in the day. I don't know if I ever actually beat it, but I played it a lot, and me and my friends and my brother, we'd always make use of the level editor on it, because it had a pretty advanced level editor at the time. So, all throughout, history, since then, which was like a decade and a half ago, I don't even know, I've been waiting for a sequel to come out, and lo and behold, it was canceled after 10 years. And then another company decided to buy it, and they finised it up.
Well, I think it's even more complicated than that, really, isn't it?
It's definitely more complicated.
Ew! Is that a... Oh,
yeah, you didn't grab the poo! Why didn't you grab the poo?
I tried, and it pissed instead.
Well, that's why you had to... you're just no good at grabbing shit.
No, I'm not.
But anyway, after this long fabled history, it finally came out, and if anything, I just wanted to hear John St. John's voice as Duke Nukem again, and that's worth it for paying full price. It's really not, but that's what I tell myself.
This is how you justify it to yourself?
Oh, look, at least they have the real working whiteboard.
Yeah. Drawing dicks is really difficult with the sticks.
Look, you got an achievement for that.
Yeah, it's all about the achievements.
You're drawing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it does not look like a dick.
Oh, I circumcised it.
Okay, my YouTube's shitting the bed. What time code are we up to?
4:30.
We're up to 4:30? Okay.
I'm at about 4:27.
Alright.
Oh, well, it just hit 4:33 for me, so...
Okay. Alright. So we just go through the exit door now. Okay, yeah, so, Duke Nukem Forever, announced in 1997 at E3, I believe. It was originally being built in the Quake 2 engine, from memory. Mark, do you remember this history lesson that we're going through here?
somewhat.
I think the
was-
first few iterations were on the Quake 2 engine, which was already on the way out by the time
Yeah.
this game was going into
And-
production. Then it moved to Unreal 2. And then 3D Realms got into all kinds of financial trouble and didn't release anything for a long time. And
They
then
eventually released
Prey, which I
Yes.
love actually. I think it was one of the best games of this generation.
I've got it. I didn't play too much of it, even though I didn't find too much. There wasn't that much anything really wrong with it. I just didn't find it all too interesting.
It's a game that gets better the further you get into it, which is rare. The opposite of most games.
We should say that what we're playing right now is actually a recreation of the final level in Duke Nukem 3D, I believe.
Yes, the final boss.
So, and this is actually a nice little throwback, honestly.
Yeah, it was a cute way to start the game.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, so 3D Realms released Prey, and then they used money from that, I assume, to keep this game going for many more years. Then the game became Vaporware.
Oh,
And-
my YouTube just froze again. What time code are we at?
610. Yeah, 3D Realms went under, and I will say, if we're having problems, YouTube's giving us no end of grief. As on, this will probably be up in a little while, but I'm sure most of you, with the Google Plus integration and all these other things, YouTube is having a lot of issues currently. So we do apologize for that.
We
But
apologize
yeah.
for all of YouTube's mistakes.
That's true. 3D Realms, it became Vaporware. No one heard anything forever. There was that. Then there was that teaser trailer that came out that was like CG, and Duke looked really old, and he had grey hair, and he was chomping on a cigar as he always does.
That's right.
And then we didn't, and they released some concept art, and then it finished again for another few years, and then 3D Realms finally went down the gurgler. And Gearbox Interactive, the creators of that most lovely game series, Borderlands, bought up the rights to Duke Nukem, and basically,
it was from what I heard, it was kind of like I believe the people left over from 3D Realms were actually working on the game as like on their own, like they kept the game and were trying to build it just before that came in. And Gearbox was like, no, we can't let Duke Nukem die. And
yeah,
they did.
exactly. Well, it's not that they couldn't let them die, but I mean, they're at a point where they were becoming quite well known for their first-person shooters with a strong sense of comedy and humor. And I think Duke Nukem's a perfect fit for that, so they basically brought it up to finish the game. They didn't redo any of it. I think they just fixed bugs, or some bugs, and just got it out the door so that they now own the rights to Duke Nukem. Really, they bought it purely for the rights. I don't think they really cared too much about Duke Nukem Forever.
I agree. It is still nice that it finally was finished and we can put it behind us. Except for us, which we're now watching now.
Yeah.
So it's in front of us.
The reason why I said,
it was a game the
no,
whole time. Holy crap.
How meta.
the reason why I said, oh no, about 2K9 or 2K Studio, sorry, is because like the 2K makes really shit sports games.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh.
2K's just a publisher, aren't they? They're not a developer.
Well, anytime you
Wow.
want to play again,
I
just
think.
let us
They-
know.
Publish really shitty fucking sports games.
Yeah, that's probably not inaccurate at all. I don't know when these people were added to the game, if it was later on or whatever, but I think they're supposed to be like the Olsen twins.
They are supposed to be the Olsen twins, yes.
So that just that ages the game already.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they were relevant? Yeah, so there
No, I
you go. There's a brief history that may or may not be correct on the.
Look it up on Wikipedia.
Look it up on
may or may
Wikipedia,
not be more
see-
correct or more or less correct.
Yeah, see how accurate we were. So this is technically not really the fourth Duke Nukem game. It's probably like more like the 14th, not including ports and the console.
Yeah, I think in the
Specific
normal
games.
canon it's technically the fifth. after
Yeah, because
Manhattan
it was
Project,
a
which was lost for a while.
They are silly.
yes, forgot about the Manhattan Project.
Because Duke owns
Yes,
you
well,
know.
nobody really, as far as I know, nobody really remembers it because it was in limbo for a long while.
You sure haven't lost your touch.
But you're right, Jess. Duke actually started out as a 2D platforming game, very similar to Commander
Yes.
Keen.
Oh yes. We should also say that to build upon what Jess was saying earlier, is that Duke was sort of a parody of all these other games, and so his misogynistic dude bro-ish was sort of an
Yeah.
addition to that parody.
Even
It
in the
does-
90s, it was funny because it was just coming out of the 80s. Action movies were... Schwarzenegger was still making True Lies and things when this game came out.
The character models look so janky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be said, this is running, I believe, in the Unreal 3 engine. It looks like a launch game.
Yeah, it's got problems. Look,
Oh my
so you know how to
goodness.
work a shower, but you don't know how to pick up poop.
Yeah, essentially. Well, it didn't give me the little trigger. Duke's, yeah, it's amazing how bland this game looks visually.
Yeah, it's there's nothing. It's nothing to stand out other than
All these
adding
pictures
in
of Duke.
other than adding in the biohazard logo. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the radioactivity logo. That's actually kind of interesting how much they integrated in there. But other than that, it's just kind of boring. Hey, there's that bust you could have wasted your money on, but if you bought the full game. Hey, dude,
That picture of him in space is pretty brilliant. I'd put that on my wall. And there's the picture from the original teaser trailer from when the game came back for a while, but then left.
yes.
Yeah, it's weird how it's full of all this janky, old... It's just like they just try to find what they could fill things in with and put it in there.
At least they have. Oh yeah, it goes up to level 69. Ha ha. At least they have reflections.
It's really bad
lots of games
reflections.
don't do reflections. Yeah, but they're reflections still.
Just so like you got this at launch. Do you actually have any fond memories of this game or playing this game?
Just hearing John St. John again is one of the more fondness things. I did have fun at like one of the driving levels, and there were a couple other things I was like, "Hey, that is a neat idea."
Yeah, we
and I
have
didn't hate it.
opposite opinions
we'll
on
get
that
to
driving
those.
section.
Yeah.
I can't.
Are you saying that dude bros don't do it for you, Jess? Is that what you're implying? That
No, don't. But I just can't get over the janky,
character models.
just how janky everything looks.
It really is a terrible looking. There wasn't a single moment in this game, and I was like, that
Crack
looks
cola.
okay.
I do like how he crushes the can. It's not actually some of the stuff he does, like the ego boosting stuff, is actually kind
Yeah,
of cool.
actually, yeah, we could talk about that.
It's a
The
neat
ego
concept,
boosting
yeah.
mechanic was kind of fun.
Yeah,
There was a
it's
few
instead of-
things in this game that I can praise. They weren't particularly well implemented, but I appreciated the creativity. Here's a good example of that like whole
Yeah, there you go.
stop
Yeah.
being janky. Tell me what.
Did you just?
Yeah, I threw a cigarette packet at a lady. See if because that's the sort of stuff I do to see if NPCs react. So what's the story to this game, Mark? While we're here, this is episode 1.
It's a
Let's let people
sequel
in.
to Duke Nukem 3D and I guess Manhattan Project, and Duke is being rewarded for, if I remember, he's not he's being rewarded for saving the world several times, and now the aliens came back and they want our women's.
That's it. That's the plot.
That's the story. Yep.
There's a lot of those
That's-
posters everywhere.
Yes, they recycle things as often as they can.
Apparently.
There's also all these great doors that you can't open, which I find really frustrating. If you're not going to let me open it, don't put it there.
In person. After the show, I want you
That's one of my pet peeves in games.
Duke Nukem? Yeah, my kid's
Oh
a
yeah,
real big
there's little things like this that are kind of like cute additions. They're a novelty that wears off pretty quickly, and there's a lot less of it later in the game.
You're gonna
Oh,
draw
you
another
actually get
penis?
to-
You're gonna draw
Yeah,
another penis.
you actually get to draw it.
You're gonna draw
No,
another penis.
no penis this time. We already tried a penis.
Is that a flower? Wait, what is that?
I'm
Is that supposed to be a Christmas tree?
I was trying to draw a turd, but didn't come out.
Oh.
Check out my skills of an artist. Drawing with the sticks is really... It's probably different
Why
playing with a
I'm
mouse.
So great.
Yeah, I do like the fact his autobiography is called Why Am I So Great? I think, guess if they wanted... What would have made... I guess at the time this was made, when it started as a sequel, it made sense for it to follow the same sort of tone in that as the
Yeah.
original, but I kind of think now bringing this out, and I hope it's the sort of thing they do with Duke Nukem Origins when they release that, but the idea of Duke being a complete asshole in a world that doesn't like him and his attitude because he's a relic would be funnier than everyone actually
That would,
worshipping
yeah.
him.
I agree with that. I also do have to say I do like that you're about to go out in the show and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And they kind of work, like they make you think there's there and there's nobody there. I'm like, oh, that's yeah. And then
What the hell is going on around here?
Gotta find
Oh,
out what
yeah,
the
we're
hell's
gonna
going
come
on
up to
around
what-
here.
we're gonna come up to one of the more dated things.
Are you kidding
This.
me? I'm trying to do a scene with Johnny on the show, and there.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was. If you
that's-
listen to him, it was
No,
the,
nobody likes
the-
the way, no. The
it was
achievements in
the,
this game are fun.
Tom Cruise thing on the set of or no, I'm sorry, Christian Bale on the set
Yeah,
of
Christian Bale.
on the Terminator movie, and that was when that came out. Even when the game came out, it was already dated. And you're like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, the game's full of really dated references. I was talking to Jess about all the references to the G.I. Joe dubs on E-Bomb's World back in the day.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of those.
Or chop sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches. It's also the level design in this game is really confusing in parts. I got really
Yeah,
confused
it's-
as to where the hell to go.
Probably
Then I
go to the
realized
glowy
eventually,
thing.
yeah, to go to the glowy thing, but I worked that out
Duke's
eventually.
new-
But
Duke's
sometimes the
color
glowy
is
things are
gold.
tiny, other times they're huge.
Yeah.
It's very inconsistent.
Oh, stuff's happening outside.
Look, there's a spaceship. This guy's climbing on
Oh
the.
God,
You can see, you can count the polygons.
it looks like it's gonna be cold
27.
out. You gotta get a jacket.
You can see that they were trying to make something kind of epic looking. This didn't pan out.
Use the glowy thing.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Use the glowy thing.
That's such a dated game mechanic. I'm so used to just not doing that anymore. And then what did it actually
the screen
do?
tell you
I
what-
interacted with it, and then oh yeah, the stairs came down.
It's a ladder. It's not stairs. God.
Ladder. Sorry. Please excuse my terrible English. I forget what things are called.
Click
But
the
yeah.
gold thing.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Mark.
It's like you're playing this on video.
It is. Just do the thing.
Oh.
It's also weird how really just randomly seems to blur out and then blur back in again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah,
Oh,
if
wait,
you
wait.
fell
Here's-
down.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
You gotta stop at the cyclodie. That's important.
Oh,
Stop
you didn't
there.
go in the closet yet, did you?
Go in the closet. You can go in the closet?
He needs his throne.
I believe there was a closet somewhere, and you have
Until I get my picture on this throne. I've waited years for this.
It's true. We have waited years.
Yeah,
There
and that's the
has all
same guy who
old-
voices
It has all the
Duke
old
as well,
Duke
which is
stuff. Yeah,
interesting.
and that room back there.
Oh, I didn't go in there. I ain't got time for that.
That has
I gotta
it
press the
has
glowy
a bunch
thing.
of Duke Nukem from the 2D from the 2D things.
Well, I regret not going in there now, but I'm not playing through the
Yeah.
game again. I can tell you that.
All you have to do is get through the beginning. Oh yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty painfully slow. So there we go. That's the beginning of our adventures into Duke Nukem Forever. How exciting and
Oh
insightful.
boy.
Oh boy.
As you would expect in a Duke Nukem game, we've already shot countless aliens. We're having a great time.
Yes. Remember Duke Nukem 3D where it had this huge exposition of you falling out of a plane?
No.
Wait, no, that wasn't a huge exposition. That has how the game started. You just
Yeah.
fallen out of a plane. And
You fall out of a plane
people.
and then you shot things. It was great.
Anyway.
Anyway, thank you for joining us as we divulge into this masterpiece of mediocrity. Next time we'll get more into depth on the graphics
boy.
and art direction and all that good stuff. But until then, we'll thank you, Mark, and thank you, Jess, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.